In the midst of doing all the things, you can do all things and chase your dreams. Stay encouraged as we go on this journey called life, tackling everything that comes our way while we shine our light despite any circumstances we face. No more downplaying or dimming your light, because through the good, the bad, and everything in between, together we can encourage over everything. In this episode, we're talking dreams, y'all. We become so disappointed when it doesn't work out according to our 5-year plan. But whether it takes 5 instead of 2 or 20 instead of 10, no matter what time frame you put on it, it will probably take longer than you think. And it isn't so much about the outcome as it is about the journey. Let's get into dreams, shall we? I shared with you during my very first episode of Encourage Over Everything podcast that this has truly been a dream come true for me. If you haven't given it a listen, please do. It's a goodie. I talked about my internship at a radio station and how I really wanted nothing more than to be a morning radio show host. Now, fast forward, and here I am over 20 years later, and that dream of being a morning radio show host is actualized as you listen to this podcast. Maybe you're listening and it's in the morning. Maybe, just maybe, my dream is coming true as you listen to my podcast in the morning. Or maybe I'm out on a walk with you, or you're shopping or working out, or wherever it is that you listen to your podcast. I had no idea that dream of being a morning radio show host would actually turn out like this. And you know what? I'm not mad at it. In fact, I couldn't be happier. Sometimes we have dreams and we put so much pressure on ourselves to make it happen within a certain amount of time. We even get disappointed when it doesn't work out according to our 5-year plan. Whether it takes 5 instead of 2 or 20 instead of 10, no matter what time frame you put on it, the truth is it might take longer than you think. It isn't so much about the outcome as it is about the journey. Naturally, I tend to be more of an introvert, and I have questioned God so many times, thinking I was the wrong person for this job. Like, Lord, I'm more of the, behind the scenes kind of chick. Why would you want me out here in the front, in the limelight? It's like when God asks you to do something hard, it must be meant for somebody else, right? But no, it's for you. It's for me. It's for us. This episode is sponsored by One Hope. Looking to liven up your Zoom ladies' night in or take your virtual happy hour to new heights? DM me, cheers, to find out how to have a virtual wine tasting party. One Hope offers a variety of fabulous wine selections, and a proceed from every bottle is donated to charity. Tasty wine and champs from Napa's Best can be delivered to your door just in time for your next virtual happy hour. Your girls can enjoy from One Hope while contributing to your favorite charity. DM me, cheers, or click the link in show notes to get started today. We love playing small, staying in our comfort zone, and doing just enough to get by. We've forgotten how to dream because somehow along the way, we stopped thinking we were worthy of our dreams. I know this from experience. My dreams couldn't see the light of day, especially when I was in the thick of raising my kids and building a career. My dreams couldn't breathe beyond my baggage. I was a single mom. Who was I to have a dream? Any kind of dreams. I knew I had to take care of my babies and provide and be everything they needed. I had so many responsibilities and still do, but I didn't make the right choices or honor myself in ways that I needed to. So that led me to think that I didn't earn the right to dream. All the hurt that I'd been toting around really stifled my dreams. I didn't think I was worthy to dream. And all of my dreams that I did have, they felt so unattainable. So why even bother? That was the exact thinking that kept me stuck believing I was just an introvert who was meant to have an okay life, raise a couple of babies, and, just get by. If you too, for whatever reason, have ever felt those feelings, my heart is with you. And even in the midst of all that, I still always had this nagging notion that things could be better, that this just couldn't be all there is. And if that's you, that is your intuition, your inner knowing. That is trying to get through that stinking thinking. And in the famous words of my mentor, Brendan Burchard, it's a new day, homie. You deserve to dream, no matter what's happened to you in the past or even what's happening right now. Nothing and no one can take your right or ability to dream away from you, including you. Just know you are worthy of your dreams. You can do all things and pursue your dreams. You don't have to wait until the kids have graduated from school. You don't have to quit your day job. You don't even have to exchange your career for your relationships. I mean, that is totally up to you. I mean, if you want to, you can, but you don't have to. Let's dispel this notion that it's not possible to have multiple areas in your life in alignment. We seem to have run away with this idea that you can only be great in one or two areas of life. And in order to achieve a goal, you have to abandon everything else in your life in order to put all you've got into the ones and twos. That is just not true. You make time for what's important to you. You can work your 9 to 5 and work on your dream and still be a great parent, partner, and person. It's just all a matter of what you decide to do with those very precious 24 hours you are given within each day. So let me share with you my 3 G's, okay? First, get your priorities in check. You've got to decide what's important to you. This is a great time to look at this season of your life and define your priorities. What is it that's important to you right now? Is it parenting? Is it your career? Is it focusing more in on your health? What are the things that are calling to you right now in this season as top priority? So once you define what your priorities are and you get your priorities in check, next you need to get clear on what you are willing to give up and what you want to gain. Now, I know, we never want to give up anything, right? We want all of it all right now. But the truth is, you're gonna have to give up something because we always say, I don't have any time. But you do. You have 24 hours in the day. And you know that some of that is going to be spent eating, sleeping, and, doing some other miscellaneous things for yourself, like brushing your teeth and all that good stuff. But what are you really doing with your time? How much of your time is spent scrolling through social media or binging Netflix? It's not to say that you have to completely stop your scroll or even give up binging Netflix, but do you need to Netflix binge every night? Or can we just say, hey, once a week, it's Netflix binge night. I'm about to catch up on all my favorite shows. We don't have to do it every night, right? Like, it's those things. Look at the things that you are spending your time on and really give yourself a good evaluation, because you're probably spending a lot more time being distracted than you are taking action in the areas that you really want to. We say that we don't have enough time, but we do. It's all about maximizing the time that you have. So after you've evaluated what you can give up, or at least be willing to minimize it, now you can look at what you're going to gain. So you can flip that 1 hour every night that you spend watching your favorite show. Let's just say that you spend 2 hours every night watching TV, right? Not to say that you still can't watch TV, but maybe instead of 2 hours, maybe you just watch it for 1 hour and you spend that other hour dedicated to one of your priorities. And that, my friends, is how you get a gain. You look at what you can give up, but also what you will gain in its place. And then lastly, get it all on the calendar, because sometimes you don't even realize that it's those things that you just aimlessly do with your time that you don't realize are sucking up all of your time. So first decide what your priorities are, right? Get clear on what you're willing to give up as well as what you're going to gain. And when you start scheduling things on your calendar, make sure that you decide how much time you want to dedicate to your priorities. And once it's scheduled, you've got to decide exactly how you want to use that time. This is such a game changer because for like a year, I would put on my calendar my business time. And I can't tell you how many times that hour or two that I designated to work on my business would be spent doing things that were not moving my business forward. It was spent on the fun things that I love doing within my business, but not the needle moving activities. So when you are clear about what you are going to do with the business time that you dedicate, the much more successful that you will be. That goes for any priority that you're scheduling on your calendar. So while you are in the midst of scheduling up your priorities, please make sure you are on your list. Do not let your calendar get filled up with everyone else's agenda and you are not a part of your own. Please make sure that you have time dedicated to yourself. Now, I hear it. There's a lot of mamas out there, and we always feel like we don't have enough time because our kids literally take up like all of the seconds, right? So let me just share this quick story with you. A few years ago, I decided to take this 1% challenge with EM Life. They are amazing. They offer so many incredible meditation sessions. Check them out for sure. But they were doing this challenge. It was called the 1% challenge, where every day for 30 days, you meditate for 14 minutes. And if you can make it to 30 days, you get an awesome prize. And I really wanted to do this challenge, not just because of the amazing prize, but also because I really wanted to get in the habit of meditating every day. Long story short, I would look at their schedule for the week and I would schedule out my sessions for that week. And it made it so much easier than me trying to live by the day and try and just fit it in every day by having it already on my calendar for the week. It just made everyday life super easy. And I found I rarely ever had to reschedule sessions because it usually flowed pretty well. But it still gave me that wiggle room that if I needed to shift and adjust, that sense of overwhelm was completely eliminated. So that's what really got me in the habit of planning out my schedule for the week as well. But within a couple of weeks, I couldn't live without those 14 minutes every day. Like, I was looking forward to those 14 minutes every day. And not only did I make it through the challenge and won the amazing prizes, but what it really taught me was that I had time. If I could find 14 minutes every day to meditate, I could find 14 minutes in my schedule to do something else for myself every day. Something just for me. So, mamas, trust me, you will not be disappointed. Start small. I think we feel like we don't have enough time because we're looking for like huge chunks of time. Maybe you don't have an hour right now. I get it. Maybe 30 minutes is hard to come by, but you got 15 minutes. You've got 14 minutes. Like, the whole purpose of that challenge, it was called the 1% challenge. 14 minutes is 1% of your day. Honey, you are worth more than 1% of your own day. Okay? So definitely Do yourself a favor and make sure that you are on your own agenda. You don't have to go weeks. You don't have to go months. You can carve out little moments for yourself every day and do something that will replenish you and make you feel good, rejuvenate you. So do those 3 G's. Get your priorities in check by deciding what's important to you. Get clear on what you are willing to give up as well as what you will gain. And then get it on your calendar. So you've got to know how much time you're willing to dedicate to your priorities. You've got to schedule it and then decide what you are going to do with that time specifically. And these tips are game changers. Trust. Now, my wish for you is that you listen to that little voice inside of you that wants to be loud. It wants to remind you of your worthiness. You are worthy of your dreams. They are not too big for you to attain. They are not too crazy. In fact, I want you to dream as big and as loud and bold as you can, because what happens in reality is going to far surpass that and blow your mind. So remember, you can do all things and pursue your dreams. You just have to make time for your dreams. It's all about setting the intention and putting action behind your intentions. So no more playing small, no more minimizing yourself, and no more saying you don't have any time. It is your time to make time for what's important to you. And don't forget, make sure you are on that list. I hope this episode leaves you all kind of inspired and ready to dream again. So whip out that journal. What did this episode bring up for you? What dreams are you ready to dust off? What new dreams do you have? What could possibly be holding you back from your dreams? And of course, don't forget to put those 3 G's into action and let me know how it works out for you. So stay connected. Join my email list so you can get special messages of encouragement right to your inbox. And please drop me a note. Let me know how this episode helped you. Your aha moments or takeaways. I want to hear it all. So my friend, until the next time, remember, through the good, the bad, and everything in between, together we can encourage over everything. Thank you so much for tuning in. I would absolutely love to hear from you. Please take a few moments to leave a review. All you have to do is light me up with some stars as your rating and leave a few words. And if you happen to share this episode, let me thank you in advance for sharing positive messages. As we all know, we've got some peeps who could use an extra dose of encouragement. I'm throwing virtual confetti right now to celebrate you for finishing this episode. And I don't know about you, but I'm not ready for it to end. So if you want more, check out encourageovereverything.com for literally all things EOE. Stay connected and join the email list. You'll get that VIP treatment by being the first to know all the happenings and get encouragement sent right to your inbox. encourageovereverything.com has all the good stuff, from show notes and all the info on today's sponsors. And if you're looking to connect with other fellow encouragers, be sure to join my exclusive community on the Encourage Over Everything Facebook group. I can't wait to connect with you in the next episode. Remember, there isn't anything that we can't get through, because together we can encourage over everything.